You're here today to give all of you a chance to get to know all of your candidates. The candidates will be giving a speech on their vision for Eastlake High School and why they believe they're qualified for the position. This will be followed by a 3-minute Q&A segment. Now, without further ado, let's get started. We will now begin with our presidential candidates and their speakers. First, we have Lawson Sukup speaking on behalf of Victoria Cox.
Good morning, students, staff, and guests. I am extremely honored to be able to stand here before all of you to introduce my best friend, Victoria Cox. To start off, I want to express how I feel about Victoria. She's understanding, involved, organized, and possesses a heart of gold. She knows genuinely how to have fun and bring a positive spirit. Because of her ability to make others feel so welcome, I believe that she's the best possible candidate for ASB President. In the past 2 years of being a part of ASB, both in alumni and spirit commissions, she's shown herself to be a leader and is always willing to take on any challenge that comes her way. Because of this, she tackles it with such stride and always gets the job done. However, her leadership didn't start here, as she started with running for president of student council in elementary school, and along with that, she's been a class officer and a student senator. Additionally, she's able to understand any conflict that arises in her ASB members and classmates, as solving any conflict is never too big for her. The things that set Victoria apart from others is her willingness to do anything that is asked of her. No matter the job, she will always put 100% of her effort into everything she does. To conclude, Victoria symbolizes what it is to be an ASB president, with her natural ability to be a leader as she carries characteristics like her kindness, diligence, ambition, and overall ability to convey empathy. Because of this, she allows everyone to be heard, and she's more than capable of taking on this position. And I promise you that if you vote for Victoria as ASB president, you will not be disappointed. Thank you.
Now please welcome our first presidential candidate, Victoria Cox.
Good morning, esteemed students, respected staff, and admired guests. My name is Victoria Cox, and I'm running for your class of 24-25 ASB president. To some of you, I may be a familiar face. Over the last 2 years, I've had the opportunity to MC an assembly, jump around in the stands and on the track in striped overalls, star in videos promoting upcoming Spirit Weeks, and yes, I'm the girl from the parking video. I've spent many late nights and early mornings working behind the scenes so you can have the most memorable and enjoyable events on campus. You've definitely seen my involvement in and around campus, and this is something I plan on continuing into the upcoming year. One thing that is extremely important to me is inclusivity. As your ASB president, that would be my #1 focus and concern. It is essential to me that every Titan knows that they have a voice that is heard, cared for, and listened to. Our campus has 116 clubs, 28 seasonal sports, and 21 VAPA programs. Working alongside the vice president, I plan on making sure every club has a chance to shine. As for the VAPA programs, I will work closely with the ASB Commission to make sure their talent is showcased and appreciated. Finally, for sports, it is a goal of mine to make sure every sport is equally represented and advertised. But none of this would be possible without you, the students. This year, I had the privilege to be part of Spirit and ASB. With it being my first year in the commission, I'm still learning the ropes to all of it. But this is what it's about, learning as we go. One of the biggest things I've noticed is how little of a voice students have when it comes into making decisions about the school. As president, I would work alongside not only Spirit, but all of ASB's commission to make sure your voices and ideas are taken into consideration. Whether this is by going class to class, with teacher approval of course, through the use of polls and questions on our school's social medias, or even sending out forms where students can leave suggestions. I will do everything in my power to make sure your voice is heard and valued. During my campaign, I've had the opportunity to talk to staff, students, and alumni for advice or ideas for events and even traditions to bring back to campus. One of the biggest concerns I was faced with was how little community our school has. If you don't mind, with a raise of hands, how many of you know the alma mater? The alma mater is one of the strongest displays of school pride and unity. No matter how different our lives are, we come to this campus almost every day and spend multiple hours together. It is the one thing we all have in common that unites us. What we just witnessed here is what I want to fix. Such a simple staple like the alma mater could unify us all and make us grow all together, yet it sets us apart from each other as we fail to show the community we truly have. Nonetheless, it is a goal that I will continue to work on and accomplish as your ASB president. We are all one, we are all Titans. Thank you everyone for your time and understanding, and don't forget to vote Victoria.
We will now continue with the question and answer portion. 3 questions will be asked by our delegates and current ASB cabinet. Each candidate will be given 1 minute to respond. You may now proceed.
Hello, my name is Chris Hughes. I'm your current ASB president. For the candidate, if elected, what is your main goal you would like to accomplish by the end of the year? Give specific examples of how you plan to achieve this goal.
Like I mentioned in my speech, one of the biggest things I think the school campus is lacking is community. Whether this is by helping students learn the alma mater, or even just at sports games where students don't know cheers, I think mainstreaming that kind of community and just making sure students know, and because such simple things unite us all, and I think it'd be really important to implement to make sure we have that sense of community on campus.
Hi, my name is Mariana Barr, and I'm the current ASB Vice President. Judging on how you've been in the ASB for the past year, what is the first thing you change about the way the ASB is run?
I think the first thing that I would change, and from 2 years of experience, is how little voice students who are not in ASB have when it comes to making decisions for the whole campus. I think this is a team effort, and we have almost 3,000 students on this campus, and not all of their voices are being heard and taken into consideration. So I think one thing I would like to fix and change is make sure those students have a voice that is taken into consideration, and so they don't feel left out.
Hi, I'm Hannah Palma. I'm the current senior class president. For Victoria, if you are elected president, give 2 specific examples of how you will make Eastlake High School more inclusive to all students.
2 of the ways I would make Eastlake High School more inclusive to all students is, like I said, making sure they have a voice. Whether that is, like I said, going classroom to classroom or posting polls on social media. I think just for students to have a place where they can share their ideas and voice will make them feel more included and bring us all together as a community. As for my second example, I believe for inclusivity, I think to make sure, going back to the first question, I think making sure students know things such as chants or the alma mater that just really unite us all as one, because at the end of the day, it's those little connections that make us feel together and bring us together as a campus. So it's the little things like that.
Thank you, presidential candidate. You may now step off the stage.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now please welcome our next speakers, Mason Little, speaking on behalf of Layla Gonzalez.
Hello, my name is Mason Little, and I've been best friends with Layla for about 3 years now. Meaning, I know her pretty well, and you might be thinking to yourself, I have a biased opinion. And yes, absolutely I do. I mean, she's my best friend. I think she's awesome. Isn't that what you guys think of your best friends? Now, I get to come up here and tell you guys why I think Layla's such a great person. So, Layla's pretty busy. She has to balance school, sports, friends, family, and even her ASB obligations. On top of that, Layla takes a bunch of AP classes, earning her a 4.7 GPA while hurdling on varsity track. Even with her busy schedule, Layla also finds time to be a great friend. After spending hundreds of hours with Layla, I can tell you that she is one of the most fun and nicest people to be around. And if you ask me, that's the type of person that I'd want in charge of school activities. Now, I'm so lucky to have Layla in my life. Do yourself a favor and put her in yours by electing her as ASB President.
Now please give a warm welcome to our second presidential candidate, Layla Gonzalez.
Hey students, my name is Layla Gonzalez, and I would love the opportunity to be your future ASB president. I've been in ASB for the past year and have had the privilege of working alongside dedicated and hardworking students that choose to allocate their time to you guys on a daily basis. If elected president, there are 4 main initiatives I would like to pursue. The first one being to include you guys on decisions regarding Spirit Days. The second being to host more consistent welcome events for our incoming freshmen. The third, to expand and spread awareness about our unified sports program. And the fourth, to improve the mental health resources on campus. Historically, there has been a disconnect between ASB and the student body, in which we choose the Spirit Days privately. However, this lacks to reflect the desires of our students, and moving forward, I would work to release voting polls and suggestion boxes to ensure that the Spirit Days ASB chooses are not only accessible, but fun for you guys. The second initiative I would aim to achieve if elected would be to have more consistency with the welcome events that ASB hosts for the incoming freshmen. This would include continuing our annual tradition of hosting luau, alongside having Leap Crew host events such as movie nights, field days, and even provide freshmen with the opportunity to decorate the wooden tables on our lawn. This would allow the new class to make a lasting contribution to Eastlake and form connections that they can take with them throughout their high school career. My third goal would be to better represent and expand our unified sports program here on campus. Unified Sports provides special needs students with the opportunity to participate in our athletic program. Last year, 2 of our unified track athletes qualified for CIS state championships, and yet neither of these students were formally recognized for their accomplishments. Additionally, we currently only have 3 unified sports available to these students on campus: track, soccer, and basketball. If elected, I would work to represent these athletes on a broader scale at events like assemblies and our Athlete of the Week posts. And in addition to this, I would work with our district to expand the program and provide our Titan buddies with the opportunities that they deserve. Moving forward, I would like to address the mental health access here on campus. In our counseling center, we currently only have 1 active therapist who is limited to supervising 20 clients at a time. On a campus of almost 3,000 students, this is absolutely unacceptable. As someone who struggles with anxiety and is well aware of the mental toll that high school takes on students, having an available resource for those who are struggling is of the utmost importance to me. If elected, I would work tirelessly to bring on 2 to 3 more therapists on campus to ensure that you guys have access to the resources that you deserve. Thank you for listening to my speech, and don't forget to pick up an application for ASB, because who knows, I may just be your president if you vote Layla Gonzalez.
Thank you, Layla. We will now continue with the question and answer portion. 3 questions will be asked by our delegates and current ASB cabinet. Each candidate will be given 1 minute to respond. You may now proceed.
Hi, my name is Chris Hughes. I'm the current ASB president. For the candidate, judging on how you've been in the ASB for the past year, what is the first thing you'd change about how the ASB is ran?
I think the first thing I would change, because of the timeline of being elected and how applications come in, is having staff reach out to our student body and recognize the students that they think are qualified and should join ASB. I feel like on campus we have a lot of overqualified students that could totally be a great contribution to the program, and I think we lack to recognize that by having staff not reach out. So having staff reach out to those students and say, hey, you should pick up an application, hey, you should apply, would provide us with a wide range of applicants and be able to better reflect what the student body really wants to see on campus.
Hi, my name is Mariana Barr, and I'm your current ASB Vice President. If you are elected president, give 2 specific examples of how you will make Eastlake High School more inclusive to all students.
My first example, as I said in my speech, would be to host more consistent welcoming events for our freshmen. I feel like we do start off the year with our annual luau, and then this year we did host a movie night, but I feel like we could do more. My idea was to have them paint those wooden tables we have on our lawn. I think it would be kind of a cool correlation where freshmen get to paint the wooden tables and then senior get the benches, and I think it would allow the freshmen to really feel welcomed into the Titan culture. The second way that I previously mentioned also was to expand and spread awareness about our unified sports program. This week we posted about a unified basketball game, but that was one of the first times we've ever posted about a game involving our special needs students. Additionally, as I said previously, we did have 2 unified track athletes that made CIF state championships, which is a huge accomplishment, yet neither of them are recognized at our assemblies, neither of them got Athlete of the Week posts, which I think is completely unfair and that they should be more incorporated into our student body.
Hi, I'm Hannah Palma, your current senior class president. For Layla, if elected, what is your main goal that you would like to accomplish by the end of the year? Please give specific examples of how you plan to achieve this goal.
As referenced previously in my speech, currently in our counseling center we do only have 1 active therapist that is limited to supervising 20 students at a time. Right now, I just talked to the counselor like 2 weeks ago. We currently have a waiting list for people who need to see this therapist, which I think is completely unacceptable. As president, I would be able to attend district meetings with all the presidents of the ASBs in our other district, and from there, I think I could work with them and work with admin to coordinate bringing on 2 to 3 more therapists to make sure that everyone has equal access to mental health resources, especially for those kids who are too scared to tell their parents or simply just can't afford the expenses that therapy comes with. Thank you.
presidential candidate, you may now step off the stage. Our first candidate for vice president is running unopposed. Now, without further ado, please welcome our vice presidential representative, Sofia Sanchez, speaking on behalf of Frida Garcia.
Dear fellow students, teachers, honored guests, I'm Sofia Sanchez, and it is with great pleasure that I stand before you to endorse an outstanding candidate for the position of Vice President at Eastlake High School, my best friend, Frida Garcia. For over 8 years, I've had the privilege of knowing Frida. She is not just a friend, she is a compassionate, intelligent, and talented individual who embodies true leadership. Frida is an exceptional listener and a problem solver. Her ability to understand and guide others has been a source of inspiration for me. In ASB, she doesn't just participate, she excels, taking on leadership roles with grace and determination. What sets Frida apart from others is her talent for mediation. Whether in friend groups or within the school community, she brings people together, fostering and understanding and bringing unity to others. Since the day I met Frida, she has always had the biggest heart. She has always helped others and been there for her peers. From the outside, you can always see her big smile and just how bright she is from the outside. She is as bright on the inside. Frida is tough, persistent, and fights for what she believes in. I've seen her turn challenges into successes, proving her unwavering commitment to making a positive impact. Vote for Frida and let our voices be heard under her capable leadership. Thank you.
Please give a warm welcome to our vice presidential candidate, Frida Garcia.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Frida Garcia, and it is with great excitement that I stand before you as a candidate for the position of ASB Vice President. As many of you know, I've had the honor of serving as the ASB VAPA Commissioner over the past year, an experience that has deepened my understanding in the intricate needs and aspirations of our student body. Today, I wanted to share an aspect of that journey that has shaped me into the person I am today. During my time, I've had the pleasure of overseeing the VAPA Instagram alongside Corella Espinosa. This role not only allowed me to witness the incredible talents within our performing arts community, but also enlightened me about the power of social media and connecting us. Through this digital platform, we transcended the physical boundaries of our school and reached a broader audience, fostering engagement and celebrating the diverse talents that truly make our school unique. Let's shift our focus from the past to the future, and I believe that there are key areas where we can enhance our school experience. Firstly, communication is key. We've all experienced the challenge of staying in the loop with what's happening with our school clubs. My vision is to improve how clubs share information. Imagine a space with regular updates, announcements, and a centralized platform for all the club activities, creating a well-informed and connected student body. Now, let's talk about club fairs. I propose a shift from few overwhelming events to more frequent, smaller events during lunch. These categorized fairs will ensure that smaller clubs get the chance to shine without feeling overshadowed. It is about making sure that every student's interests receive the attention that they deserve. Lastly, but certainly not least, involvement matters. Your voices should be at the forefront of our school community, and to achieve this, I plan to set up systems for your voices to be heard. This includes interactive surveys, open forums, and constructive dialogue and mentorship programs that bridge the gap between experienced students and those just starting their high school journey. So why me? I'm not just after the title. I'm committed to creating a school year that is not only memorable, but one where each of you feels a sense of belonging and contribution. Your support means the world to me, and I'm eager to embark on this journey together. Thank you so much for your time. Vote Frida Garcia for ASB Vice President.
Thank you, Frida. You will now be given 3 questions to answer and 1 minute to respond to each.
Hello, my name is Chris Hughes. I'm your current ASB President. How are you hoping to improve communication between ASB and clubs?
One way that I would like to improve communication in ASB and club is definitely to reach out to the cabinet of clubs and make sure if there's anything that is needed to be helped with or to fix, that you are there to be there to support them and guide them along the way with anything that they really need.
Hi, my name is Mariana Barr, and I'm your current ASB Vice President. How do you plan to highlight and promote underrepresented clubs? Please give specific examples.
Definitely a way that I would like to promote unrepresentative clubs
is to make a platform where that they can be representative. So for example, making an Instagram account where you can highlight all of the clubs, and not just for the bigger clubs that get more attention. I feel like definitely for the smaller clubs would definitely be a great idea to promote them more.
Hi, I'm Hannah Palma, the current senior class president. For Frida, if you are elected, please give 2 specific examples of ways you will make Eastlake High School a better place for students.
Definitely a way that I would like to make Eastlake High School a better place for students is to make sure that students feel and know that they are contributing to what our school offers. Because I believe that there's a lot of people in like students who think that it's only ASB who is allowed to make decisions for us. But that's not the case, and they should know that they're allowed to speak up whenever they feel like there's something that needs to be changed.
Thank you, Vice Presidential candidate. You may now step off the stage.
The position of ASB Secretary is running unopposed. Now introducing our first representative, Maya Murchison, speaking on behalf of Kylah Dill.
Good morning. I am pleased to have the honor this morning to introduce to you your Secretary candidate, Kylah Dill. Over the past 2 years, I have had the privilege of working side by side with the outstanding leader, Kylah Dill, in the Black Student Union Club. Kylah possesses a rare combination of determination, hard work, and a genuine passion for creating a sense of unity within our club. Kylah and I have spent countless hours devoted to the betterment of our club, and this tireless work ethic assures me that she will bring the same level of dedication to the role of secretary. I know that Kylah's aspirations are not merely confined to the boundaries of our student club, but extend to the entirety of our school community. I am confident that Kylah Dill will contribute to making Eastlake not just a school, but a thriving, welcoming community for all if voted for secretary. Vote Kylah Dill for secretary.
Please give a warm welcome to our ASB Secretary candidate, Kylah Dill.
Good morning, Titans. My name is Kylah Dill, and I'm running to be your 2024-2025 ASB Secretary. First and foremost, I would like to thank all of you for taking time out of your day to see us candidates perform our speeches. It truly means a lot. I'm currently in ASB's Finance Commission, managing fundraisers, merchandise sales, and revenue from school events ranging from the spectacular plays presented by our theater department to the much-anticipated Friday Night Lights. Being in this commission has brought me out of my comfort zone, making me more outgoing, empathetic, and giving me a strong work ethic, all of which have prepared me for the responsibilities of this role. My time at ASB has caused me to reflect and realize how valuable all your opinions are. I want my peers to feel comfortable sharing their opinions, and I don't want ASB to be seen as its own entity that makes all the decisions. There are less than 50 students out of the 3,000 Titans that attend this school. You guys give us the most feedback, and that is something we should value going into this year. This leads me to my top 2 initiatives for the school year. My first initiative would be to send out surveys and visits to classrooms from ASB members the Monday after an event. All this would be done with the permission of teachers, and they can opt out anytime if there's something more important being done in class. ASB members would collect feedback by encouraging students to share both positive aspects or glows and areas for improvement, grows, a practice we routinely undertake during our weekly meetings. Next, I envision organizing enjoyable events that extend beyond the traditional dances and assemblies, but maybe something just a little smaller, like playing your favorite music every other Friday at lunch, or having our very own Titans perform live. My final initiative is to have ASB delegates that are assigned to each club, whether they're involved in it or not. The ASB delegate's job would be to check in with club officers periodically, much like our link crew leaders do with freshmen. Officers would be able to reach out to this delegate to ask if they could be promoted or if they have any questions about their paperwork. My role in this initiative would be to assign the delegates and to check in to see how the clubs are doing. It's crucial that you all feel valued and heard. I also feel it's important you all have fun, and I hope to work with my peers to make this year memorable. Thank you.
Thank you, Kylah. You will now be given 3 questions to answer.
Hello, my name is Chris Hughes, current ASB President. If you were elected, please give 2 specific examples of ways you would make Eastlake High School a better place for students.
Like I said, I would like to host more events that are just simply small that will bring all the classes together. Over the past year, I've kind of noticed that there's a bit of disconnect between classes themselves and between Titans in different classes. And I feel it's going to be really important that we do little things that will bring students together, whether it's music or games that aren't necessarily interactive, because I understand that some students can feel kind of scared to put themselves out there during lunch activities, and I feel like it's really important that we do things that they can kind of do from afar and also still have fun with the spirit of being a Titan. Was it two things? The second thing? Two things? The second thing I think that's really important would be, sorry, can you repeat the question?
If you are elected, please give 2 specific examples of ways you would make Eastlake High School a better place for students.
I think another thing is definitely putting more clubs out there.
Candidate, I'm sorry, we have run out of time. It's been 1 minute. But thank you, Kylah. You may now step off the stage with your representative. Okay, third question. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Mariana Barr, and I'm your ASB Vice President. How do you plan to separate your friendships in the ASB from your professional life?
I think definitely taking a step away sometimes and just really reflecting and understanding where that line is. And I think remembering my roles and putting those roles first, sometimes before my friendships, since I think that's really important, because I am looking out for all the students in Eastlake High School, and sometimes I think I might have to put that above some of my friendships, but I'm going to try and find a happy medium between them both.
Hi, I'm Hannah Palma, the current senior class president. For Kylah, please give specific examples of how you plan to manage your time effectively given the responsibilities of secretary.
So I plan on managing my time effectively by making sure that I do a lot of my schoolwork first, making sure that my sports are not getting in the way of my ASB duties, and I'll make sure that I'm putting out assignments and assigning people to the events, because these events are really important, and ASB members are the backbone of a lot of these events, and I need to make sure that that runs really smoothly to make sure that everything goes well during these events. And I think also just making sure that, you know, I'm very transparent with what I'm doing and communicating to what I'm working on and things that I'm doing at the time, so that way people can also hold me accountable for what I'm doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Candidate. You may now step off the stage. Now please give your undivided attention to our senior class presidential candidates, starting off with our first speaker, Michaela Martinez, speaking on behalf of Isabella Rodriguez.
Hi, my name is Michaela Martinez, and Isabella Rodriguez is the only choice for your class of 2025 president. She has the experience, commitment, and responsibility needed to be successful in this role. Through my position in ASB, I've been able to witness the responsibilities of class president. For 2 years, Isabella has served as class president. She knows what it takes to succeed in a role like this. She has the experience with fundraising and is knowledgeable in the process that is required to raise money for the class. And for your future class president, you need someone who wants to dedicate their time to making sure all activities for seniors are efficiently organized, and Isabella can do that. Being able to balance strenuous tasks like these on top of her already impressive class and extracurricular schedule is nothing new to Isabella. This is her second year in cheerleading, as well as her first year in mock trial and link room. Her commitment to various school activities demonstrates her dedication to see through any task that she undertakes. Isabella's experience and ambition makes her the best candidate for this position.
Now please give a warm welcome for our class presidential candidate, Isabella Rodriguez.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Isabella Rodriguez, and I am running to be the future class of 2025 senior president. Senior year has notoriously been known to be the most memorable out of the 4 we spend here at high school. And ensuring an unforgettable last year for the seniors is not a responsibility I would take lightly. My experience as president for 2 years allowed me to observe the accomplishments of previous senior class presidents and helped me to gain a better understanding of what I can do to be the best leader for the student body. There are more than 700 students in the class of 2025, and making activities and events as accessible as possible is one of my top priorities. I believe students are more likely to participate in fundraisers they help choose, and I plan to make the social media more engaging in order to receive better feedback so that every student feels they have a voice in the choices we make for the class. Some of the plans I have for the seniors are traditions such as senior bench painting and senior sunrise. But I also want to propose new ideas, such as a senior field day and a senior trip. Connecting with seniors throughout the year is also another important goal of mine, and this would include having the class of 2025 cabinet sit with different groups of students to gain insight to improve their year. Prom is one of the highlights of senior year, and I will work closely with my cabinet to make sure we pick a venue that seniors will look forward to. It would be a privilege to be part of a cabinet that makes high school so much more than just academics. And finally, as the class of 2025 soon approaches their final year of high school, I want to promise, if elected for this position, I will do everything in my power to make our last year at Eastlake High School the best one yet. Thank you so much for your time today, and vote Isabella Rodriguez for Senior Class President.
Thank you, Isabella. You will now be asked 3 questions.
Hello, my name is Chris Hughes. For the candidate, how do you plan on increasing communication between the student body and your senior class cabinet?
An important goal of mine is to make sure that we are in constant contact with each other. I want to go beyond just communicating with them through text messages. I would like to do in-person weekly check-ins with each of my cabinet members to make sure we're all on top of everything we need to be doing, and especially asking them for inputs they hear from their friends on what we can do, and really ensuring that every time I talk to them it's meaningful, and making sure we communicate thoroughly on everything that needs to be done.
Again, my name is Mariana Barr, and give specific examples of ideas you have to fundraise for the senior class.
A lot of traditional fundraisers done by all the class cabinets are restaurant fundraisers, and those are extremely helpful, and I do plan to use those, but I also plan to go beyond that in order to reach out to businesses and have them come on campus, such as the fundraiser that ASB is having this Friday. I feel we can get more engagement and more funds raised if we have people on campus selling, in addition to selling items for students that they want in order to get a better funds raised for our class.
Hi, I'm Hannah Palma, the current senior class president. And for Isabella, do you plan on implementing any new traditions for the senior class that future generations can follow?
I want to use this position to not only make a great impact on the senior class, but to be an example for the future class presidents. And one of the goals of mine would be to speak with also the other class presidents this year, and to speak with them about traditions or new events they would want to see, and work with them to make a lasting impact that they would want to continue.
Thank you, class presidential candidate. You may now step on the stage. Please give a warm welcome to our next speaker, Jenna Yakub, speaking on behalf of Ellie Tugashov.
Good morning, everybody. The candidate for senior class president that I'm presenting to you today is Ellie Tugashov, but most of you know her as Ellie. One of the main things that stand out about Ellie is her drive and motivation to succeed. Ellie is enrolled in several advanced classes, and you can tell that academics are something she takes very seriously. But not only does she thrive in the classroom, she also plays 2 sports here at Eastlake High School, which are field hockey in the fall and track and field in the spring, where commitment to the school really shines through. By participating in 2 sports throughout the school year, it has helped Ellie learn how to prioritize being a team player, which are crucial skills every leader should have. In addition to going above and beyond with her academics and sports, Ellie is genuinely one of the funniest people you will ever meet. She can crack jokes left and right, but when it's time to focus, she's determined to the task at hand. Along with her intelligence, passion, and great humor, she's a great cooperator with such a kind soul. She can work with absolutely anyone and adapt to any situation thrown at her, complete it above expectations. Furthermore, she's a very spirited student who's not afraid to represent our school with pride. You can catch her participating in spirit weeks and attending sports games at all times. You can feel Ellie's enthusiasm in everything that she does, and I know she can bring so much to the table for the class of 2025 senior year. I could go on and on about why Ellie Tugashov is a great, perfect candidate, but unfortunately I have to stop eventually. Thank you all so much for listening, and make sure to click her name on that ballot.
Please give a warm welcome to our ASB class presidential candidate, Ellie Tugashov.
Hi Titans, my name is Ellie Tugashov, otherwise known as Ellie, and I'm running to be class of 2025 senior class president. Unlike most students here at Eastlake, I had to adjust to a community that I wasn't familiar with. It became difficult for me to fit in with the rest of the freshman class, as most of the students have been surrounded by familiar faces their whole lives. I remember my first moments on the Eastlake campus with Link Crew leaders and realized that I wasn't the only one in the room who was nervous about approaching their high school years. I took the opportunity last summer to share personal experiences as a Link Crew leader myself and realized that I wasn't the only person in the room to reassure students and share my personal experiences as an anxious freshman. My involvement in sports makes me recognize that although dedication is important, balancing school and sports taught me how responsible, devoted, and resilient you have to become. Above all else, you also have to learn to work together. There's a long list of things I would love to accomplish if I'm blessed to win the election, but I will first make sure that students' well-being and mental health are prioritized, because all students go through some sort of silent battle. We all aspire to become successful in wherever life takes us, and I want to ensure that students don't feel pressured by academics to distract themselves from turning their dreams into reality. I will make sure to work closely with ASB and faculty to ensure that school is an environment where students are able to feel welcomed and not singled out. I will strive to strengthen the Titan spirit by encouraging students to dress up more for Spirit Weeks and embrace student opinions to boost inclusivity. Most importantly, I will aim to fundraise more for the senior class to ensure that students have an amazing time at an amazing prom venue, minimize the cost of grad night tickets, and hold more senior-involved activities such as senior sunrise and sunset, all while being reasonably affordable. I take into account that prices may not be too accessible to some students, and I would make sure that I would not resist them from having an amazing senior year. To achieve this goal, I will be sure to incorporate student suggestions and become your voice that will be heard. Titans are hardworking, humble, resilient, and creative in so many ways. We all have different ways to express our talent, whether it is through our athleticism or involvement in VAPA. As Titans, we never fail to challenge ourselves, and we join together to create a community where possibilities are endless. So Titans, let us fill our hearts with pride and turn the future we dream of into reality. And to my fellow classmates of the class of 2025, we will finally witness our final year of high school unfold, let our emotions run high, and say our bittersweet farewells. In the halls that once felt intimidating, they now echo the laughters of friendships and created over the years of shared experiences. As anticipation of graduation day comes into the light and we walk across the stage, in our caps and gowns, accepting our diplomas, it marks a milestone of both an ending and a beginning. Amidst the chaos of college applications and exams, I hope that we can look back on our senior year of high school and smile. We long to hold onto the familiar faces of Eastlake, yet express an eagerness to spread our wings and begin our new journey to wherever life takes us. With that being said, I will put in hard work and dedication to ensure that our senior year will be one that is both thrilling and unforgettable if I'm blessed to be elected as your president. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie. You will now be asked 3 questions.
Hello, my name is Chris Hughes. For the candidate, do you plan on implementing any new traditions for the senior class that future generations can follow?
Thank you for your question. I do plan on implementing new traditions, and I believe that if we do include student opinions on what we should include, I would love to include more things. We had, for example, this year we had a movie night, and I would like to implement more annual movie nights to boost inclusivity and a community, because if their friends are more willing to go to those things, I believe everybody will want to participate. And yeah.
Once again, my name is Mariana Barr, and I'm your current ASB Vice President. How do you plan on increasing communication between the student body and your senior class cabinet?
Like I said, I believe that communication is very important, and I believe that Titans should be able to voice their opinions and add suggestions, and believe that ASB doesn't make all decisions for the class. And I believe that if students are willing to vote on what they believe they want to see, I believe that they would want to participate more. For example, what kind of spirit days or what kind of spirit themes they want to see.
I believe that if they see that it's something that they are enthusiastic about, that they would want to participate more and would boost more communication and inclusivity within the community.
Hi, I'm Hannah Palma, the current senior class president. For Ellie, please give specific examples of ideas you have to fundraise for senior class events.
To fundraise for senior class events, I understand that it's very important that students are able to find an amazing senior experience while also being affordable. So I believe that if we include food vendors, like restaurants from Chick-fil-A or Cane's and stuff, like people that would like to see and that are interested in, I believe that would boost a lot of money for the class and would bring prices lower for the expenses. And I believe I would also implement more club fairs to show that, to also represent clubs while also boosting money for the senior class, because I believe everybody should be included and that it would all benefit everybody in the long run.
Thank you, class president candidate.
Thank you for attending 2024 nomination convention.